time with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Susie.
Maria, if you want to take a breather, get some water right now, you're more than welcome to do so. I know you're working hard.
Oh, that's fine.
So I just want to, say this is Blog Talk Radio. We're live with Nicole Ray Miller today. We're talking with Maria DeSimone on the aspects of astrology and the August eclipses that are going to be happening in this coming month. I'm very grateful for everybody who has been calling in with wonderful questions, and Maria here giving us wonderful answers and insights. I absolutely know nothing about astrology besides, I'm a Taurus, and I myself am looking into my birth time too. But I love to hear you say, your house sign is in this and that, because it's totally like, I don't even know what it is, but it's like so interesting, even to hear like those symbols or those words, that belief system, being circulated over the airwaves. Some people, they may not believe in astrology and how it could affect their life, and some people do, and then just being open to the possibility that the planets do influence us on some level is life-changing in itself, I think. Just understanding how the moon does affect the female and everything like that. And what came to mind when we're talking about the solar and the lunar, I was thinking about the masculine energy in the sun and the solar and the feminine energy in the lunar, and how there's a shift in the masculine aspect perhaps in every individual, and there also maybe, and in the planet, in the solar system, and maybe a shift in the feminine. As you talked about, the feminine, the lunar is more emotional.
Right. Well,
so have you ever perhaps come across these trains of thinking of how perhaps it might affect more masculine qualities in the solar and more feminine qualities in the lunar?
Yes. Well, Nicole, the solar eclipse would be more generative since it is associated with masculine energy. So that's why the solar eclipse pushes us to take advantage of opportunities and to do things. And the lunar eclipse would be more receptive, and that's why it's so emotionally charged. And that's why we see the culmination of events. So there's the female and the male energy within both of us, within us, contained. And it's our goal to put those two halves together and manifest both of them. Okay, it's very common for a woman to take her solar energy, her sun sign, and project it onto the men in her life. But for example, you're a Taurus, you might take those Taurian qualities and project them on men that are in your life, when what your goal really would be to get more in touch with the Taurian qualities yourself and display them. Same thing for a man. He tends to project his moon onto women in his life. And the goal is for him to really get in touch with his moon and to own it. And it helps make you more of a whole individual.
Yeah, so then you use these tools of psychology to actually internalize or rather lead the person towards a more, let's say, more whole way of thinking, a more conscious way of thinking in terms of everything comes from the internal world rather than, the projection of the outside. Do you use these tools when it comes to working with people to recognize their internal world and its reference to the astrological sign?
All the time. And if I can go back a step, you were talking about how astrology is, if people believe in astrology, I want to point out that astrology is not a religion. It is a science. So it's not, astrology is the psychology of astronomy. And if you think of it like that, you realize how deep and valuable astrology can be, because that birth chart is what I call the blueprint of your soul. And all of the qualities and potential and characteristics, talents and abilities, karma, weaknesses, life purpose, everything is on that map. And I am someone who can understand that language and read that language and interpret it for my clients. I use a psychological perspective because that's my background, and I do very much believe that astrology and psychology are complementary behavioral sciences. So to be able to look at that birth chart and say, oh, you know what, you have this amazing talent for writing. Let's talk about how you can cultivate it. And then the person on the other end of the phone says, oh, my gosh, I've been writing in the closet for 5 years because I thought everyone would think my work is terrible. Well, guess what? I'm validating for that person, no, it's not. That's a talent. And it could go much deeper. You can see abuse in the birth chart. You can see all of the family trauma that someone might have undergone, rape. It's amazing what you can see in that birth chart because, again, it's the energy imprint and it's the potential and the life lessons you signed up to learn. So it's so healing. There's so much healing potential in astrology.
Wow, yeah, I see how you were talking about that woman who wrote in the closet, you can come out and show her creative self, and how you tapped into this life script belief that she has running in her mind that, maybe she won't ever amount to anything, or she's not a creative writer, whatever belief systems that she has associated with success, perhaps.
Absolutely.
So then you're able to tap into that life script and then see it on a level of almost the subconscious level too, because if we believe in things like past lives, stuff like that, we've had these memories from the past. We have these memories coming over and coming into this world, this reality that might be present within the time and day that you do come in, and its effects to the planets and on your life. And I think that's really wonderful. And also, I think combining hypnosis, hypnotherapy with astrology and some of the work that you do would be, a really great path for someone to use, to say perhaps with the woman who needed maybe some creative motivation, she could work with a hypnotist, a hypnotherapist, and we could start to formulate new beliefs and new patterns of behavior that gear towards her success and her happiness. And she could also go to you and talk about, all the other different changes that she can make. On both ends, there's all these motivations that can come with the combination of both our resources. So I'm really thankful for you being on the show and me seeing that wonderful new avenue I can take with hypnosis and use it for networking.
Well, it's interesting because hypnosis is you have the ability to help someone unlock their unconscious mind. And
yes.
And we could do that through astrology as well. So I do see the complementarity between astrology and hypnotherapy. And there's a specific place in the birth chart where you keep everything hidden and your anxieties and your fears are, and that's called the 12th house in the birth chart. So
interesting.
If you learn more, Nicole, about reading birth charts, you can look into your client's 12th house, and you could see what where their anxieties are, what they're afraid of. Also, the planet Saturn, it's a karmic planet. It's what we fear. And these are all things that hold us back, and I'm sure that what holds people back and what they're afraid of is what draws them to a hypnotherapist in the first place.
Yes.
So it would be so helpful for you to be able to see what is going on before you even meet with your client.
Yeah, and also what we do also is we look at the handwriting, and in the handwriting we could see everything in the subconscious mind. It's an ideometeor response, and it bypasses critical mind, and the whole personality and the subconscious beliefs are hidden in the handwriting. So handwriting analysis and using the analysis of the birth charts and astrology, I think, would be a great resource to help people.
Absolutely.
I just want to take this one more caller, and then we could go. We can go and talk about how the eclipses will affect each individual sign.
I would love to do that.
Okay, so caller 615, you're live over the air.
Hi, my name is Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. How are you?
I'm all right.
Hi,
How are
Kathy.
you?
Great. Can I have your date of birth, please?
It's October 25th, 1960. I don't have a time.
Okay, 1960 you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you don't have a time, so we'll be doing the same thing that I did with the other caller, which is using your solar chart.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay, do you have a specific question, or did you just want me to look and see what these eclipses are doing to you?
Just kind of general. My life's really been a big topsy-turvy since last September.
Okay.
And just want to see if I'm going to start getting some evening out soon.
Well, you're a Scorpio, so Scorpios have a life filled with constant mini deaths and rebirths in their life. Lots of transformation because you have this life path of almost accelerated soul growth when you have heavy Scorpio in your chart.
Yeah.
And